Hi, it's Andriy, and we start officially our Android development course, and we started from chapter 0, which is Introduction to Android Development. So first of all, let's answer the main question. What is Android? Android is operational system based on Linux kernel, and it was released in 2008. As you can see, this operational system is pretty mature, so it's 24 years old and it has lots of different versions. Now let's see what are those versions. For this I will show you the website, which is called apilevels.com, which has some basic information about all of the versions released, Android versions released. So starting from Android 1, 2008, and ending Android 13, 2022. So here you can see the version name, this one, version code, code name, usage, and year of release. So for you as for developer, the most important column is the second one, which has this level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. So this number, for instance 27 for Android 8, you will include into your application, and this number will describe fact that your application will work on this Android version or not. So this is the most important number. I don't really want to overload you with information, so we'll definitely come back to Android versions later. And for now, let's go back. And second topic I wanted to share with you today is device range. So from the website called android.com, there is a brief description of devices which are using Android. So phones and tablets, then Wear OS by Google, Android Auto, and Android TV. So this is in general. I would still split phone and tablet into the different categories, but this doesn't really make any difference. This picture you can see here is kind of old one, but still it's relevant. It shows the amount of Android screen sizes which are represented now. So this makes development challenging. As you can imagine, you need to support all of the devices, and there are thousands of devices. So, but in the same time, it's interesting. After we briefly spoke about Android operational system, about the devices range where this operational system is installed, let's answer the next question. What is Android application? So here is our Android device, which is Pixel 2, using the latest API level, latest Android, and obviously it has some kind of applications. This is the list of our apps, and very soon your app will be in this list. How Android applications are installed? There are lots of different ways to install Android application, but all we know the official way, which is going to the website called playgoogle.com and search for your application and install it to your phone. But under the hood, it works like this. There is a file which is called APK file, which is in general Android package file. All code you write, all resources in your Android project are compiled into this file, APK file, and you can use it to install your application. Obviously, it's just a brief description of the APK file. Later, we will learn what is the difference between release APK, debug APK, and the way how they build. So this is kind of a huge topic. Also about installing, it's possible not only through the official store or any other official stores, like some vendor devices, they have their own stores, but it's also possible to use Android Debug Bridge. We will use it like very, very often in future. As we already discussed, what is an Android application, we need to answer another question. So why do we need them actually? What is the difference between native application and web application? So why can't we have just one browser in our mobile phone and use all of the websites which usually have applications? So the difference is that native app usually provides the best user experience for the user. So native app has more features. They are more smooth, they are faster, and performance is way better. So just to not speak loudly about this, I just want to show you the difference. So here I'm opening the YouTube website and the Google Chrome browser. See how it's really slow, and here you obviously need to accept all of the cookies and other stuff. Yeah, the page is rebooting, and finally we can watch our videos. So let's compare it with native YouTube app. See, it's fast. Even if I kind of close it, yeah, super fast, super smooth. It also has different features. So in native applications you can easily integrate payments, and they will be also more user-friendly comparing to the web app. And yeah, usually web app is more about reading some information, maybe reading news, maybe some retail, but in general, still, even in this topic, Android native application looks better. Well, now we are sure that we need Android applications. So how we can develop them, how we can create them, which technologies can we use? And here we have options. And this is really great. When we have options, we can choose, we can decide based on our experience and based on some reviews and suggestions. So let's dive into these technologies. First, technology which can be used for developing Android native applications is Xamarin from Microsoft. And the second one is Flutter from Google. The third one is native Android development, also obviously from Google. And fourth one is technology called Cordova from Apache. And the last one is React Native from Facebook. So what technology should we choose? In order to choose properly, usually I try to compare them. So some generic comparison. I made this table for you, and let's see what are the differences and what are pros and cons each technology. So first is cross-platform option. So Xamarin, React Native, Cordova, and Flutter, those all are cross-platform technologies. So you can build application using the same code base for Android, iOS, sometimes for Windows, and in Flutter you have like lots of platforms where which can be used. So Windows, Linux, web, and Mac. Other thing is the language. Language is like the most important part, maybe, because you need to deal with this language every day on everyday basis, and this is the way how you speak with compiler. And here are several options as well. So first one is C# for Xamarin. I would say it's a great language, and if you have experience with C#, definitely you can try Xamarin. React Native, here JavaScript is used. Cordova is more like HTML, CSS, JavaScript as well, like web languages. For Flutter, it's completely unique language called Dart. So for me, it looks similar to Java, to Kotlin. Basically, it looks similar to all modern languages. And for Android native, you would use Kotlin, Java, sometimes Groovy, and sometimes XML. So in our course, we will focus on Android native, on this technology. So why? Because it's a basic standard of Android applications. Personally, I really like Flutter, but for all those cross-platform technologies, there is one big disadvantage, or not disadvantage, just unique thing about these technologies. So you need to know native, Android native and iOS native as well. So sometimes you need to dive into the native code anyway. So first you need to learn the basic. The basic is Android native, and this is the thing we will work on, and this course is based on Android native. As a next steps, I would say we need to install some certain software, and in the chapter 0.1 I will show you how to install this software. So please subscribe for the next videos, and see you in the next chapter.